Oh yeah, it's double organic.
Obesity is a major problem worldwide, especially in developed countries. Here are 10 different determinants of obesity. Hopefully, they are all very new and useful information to you. So, we have overeating, inactivity, calcium, caloric restriction, inflammation, gut health, age at delivery of birth for the mother, sleep, endocrine disruption, and insulin resistance. So I'm going to be covering those all in detail in this series. So, I've been talking about the 10 major determinants and factors of obesity, and in this video, the factor that I'm going to talk about is overeating. It's the one everyone knows, but I promise I will be discussing some new things that you might not know about how food and overeating can relate to becoming overweight or obese. As you all know, we're eating, or most people are eating, a low fiber, high calorie, low nutrient diet. And so they have to eat lots and lots of food to get all the nutrients, and in doing so they're getting way more calories than they need, and of course very low in fiber, which again, fiber is going to take up room in your stomach and help with digestion. Now, the recommended fiber intake is like a minimum of 25 grams a day. Most people are getting like 10 grams a day. I found a study that said that the amount of people deficient in fiber is 99% of Americans. That's insane. Now, meanwhile, people are saying protein, we need protein, but only like 1% of people might not be getting enough protein. So, where's the issue? Studies of our ancestors, Paleolithic people, suggest that our predecessors would have eaten up to 100 grams of fiber per day. As a vegan, we can easily get 100 grams of fiber. So increase the plant foods and up the fiber. Now, a low-fat diet was found to have an increase in satiety and less calories consumed. And so, in a study that had people go from eating 60% of their calories from fat to 20% of calories from fat, they ate less food, were more satisfied, and as a result, lost more weight. Just so happens that a vegan diet's pretty easy to be low fat on. Now, low calorie foods are great if we're talking whole foods. Don't mean the grocery store. Fruits, veggies, all these plant foods, they're much lower in calories, they're higher in fiber, higher in water content. Those are great things to include in our diet. But avoid any sort of marketed, packaged, low-calorie food, because it messes with our psychology. We think, hey, it's low-calorie, we can eat more of it. And people do, and they overeat on these low-calorie foods and eat more calories from these low-calorie foods than they would otherwise. So their plan backfires on them. Also related to overeating is the size of your plate. If you have a really big plate, you feel the need to fill it up, and then you're going to eat more calories, especially if you're putting some pretty nasty, unhealthy food on that plate. If you have a smaller plate, you're going to fill that up, you're going to eat it, you'll see it's empty, and more than likely you'll be satisfied. Now, it's fine to have a big plate if you just got lots of fruits and veggies and low calorie, high water content foods on it, but keep the plate size to a minimum. Eat nice and slow, and if you need more, you can always go for seconds. Don't grab that huge plate and scarf it down. One more thing I want to tell you about is this bottomless bowl experiment. Researchers had people sit down and eat a bowl of soup, and when they finished that bowl of soup, they were satisfied. Then, at another sitting, they had people eat from a special bowl that was fixed to the table, and it had soup being added back to the bowl. And so they'd be eating all this soup, and it'd be only slowly dropping down. And they would eat 30% more soup. They just give up because the bowl wouldn't empty, but they ate 30% more soup than required to satisfy them. And so imagine if you're eating 30% more food every single meal of every single day, that's a huge problem. So we need to stop this mindless eating and pay attention to what we're eating and enjoy it. So easy to be looking at the phone or the TV or something and just be mindlessly eating when you're not even hungry. One more quick thing to mention about mindless eating: try not to eat when you're standing up, because more than likely you are going to be in the kitchen surrounded by food, or perhaps you're at a party where people are bringing you food on a platter saying, hey, do you want to eat this? Do you want to eat this? Think of Christmas parties where there's bowls of chips around or all these things to snack on, and it's like, oh, no wonder I gained 10 pounds over Christmas. There's just all this food and you're just constantly snacking when you're not really hungry, but other people are eating and so you're eating too. Or if you're in the kitchen and you're nibbling on food, you could nibble on 500 calories of food before you even finish the meal that you're preparing for dinner, and then you eat that meal on top of all that snacking. So just don't eat mindlessly. Hope those tips and tricks and info about food will serve you in health. Stay tuned for the next video in the series. I'm proud to announce the release of my free raw recipe app. Do you want over 100 original raw food recipes in the palm of your hand? Click the links to download or search Double Organic on your phone. Oh yeah, it's Double Organic. Did you know I offer raw food coaching? Comment, like, share, and subscribe. Got epic recipes, fitness, and raw food motivation. Connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, and of course, YouTube. Whoa, look at all those recipes. Those look tasty. Give me some of that.